tell me about some of the other things that may have happened in that apartment that you may not want to say in front of a girl. Okay? Because this is a private conversation between you and me. And here's the thing that you may not understand, okay? I think I know what happened, okay? Because I have some evidence. I have some things that we recovered, some things that were left behind.
This is Tyrone Harvin. He's 14 years old and hiding a horrifying secret. On August 29, 2018, police are called to a Baltimore apartment building where Tyrone lives with his family after an elderly woman is found unresponsive inside her home. When officers enter, they find 83-year-old Dorothy Mae Neal lying on the floor, badly beaten. She is rushed to hospital in critical condition, but dies the next day. Detectives find signs of a violent struggle, blood throughout the apartment, and a broken lamp they believe may have been used as a weapon. As investigators canvass the building, they learn another resident, Joanne Stevens, had recently reported a young teen entering her apartment, then fleeing when confronted. At the time, it was treated as an isolated incident. But now detectives wonder, could it be connected? They bring Joanne down to the station for a formal police interview to see if she can identify the young man. Detectives have no idea that they're about to be pulled into a twisted true crime case that will leave even the most seasoned investigators stunned.
Okay, so as you mentioned, I saw you the other day when we were out. I was out investigating a incident that occurred, and obviously you live in the same complex, and you saw. That's where you remember me from the other day. And it came to my attention at some point during my investigation, in reference to that lady that passed away, sadly. That you had reported a burglary of your apartment.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And when was that burglary of your apartment? Do you remember the date?
No.
Okay.
I know it was last week.
Okay. But you called police, correct? And then eventually they came, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And they gave you a report number?
Yeah, this is what he gave me.
Okay.
He gave me that.
All right. He gave you.
Yeah.
And he wrote his name, P.O. Tut.
Yeah.
Put the phone number of the Western District and his badge number.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is the report number that we have on file.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is the apartment there. That's your apartment?
Yes, it is.
That's where you live? Okay.
Yep.
And that's apartment E?
Yes, sir.
And how long have you lived there?
2 years.
Does anyone else live with you?
Nope.
Now, so I'm looking at the report because I have a copy of it here. He's got August 26, 2018. That would have been this past Sunday. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think he has written that it occurred around 1 and time reported 2:55. But I know you had mentioned on the ride over here that you had to call several times. Is that correct?
Yes, me and my sister.
Okay.
Here's her name right here, Renee Hunter.
And just so I'm clear, I mean, I know where it is in my mind, but just because I'm taking notes, your apartment complex has steps, right? And when you get to the apartment complex, where the apartments actually are, you can go down to the lower level.
Right.
Then there's another level, and then another level.
Over top of me.
Yes, ma'am. Which level are you on? Like kind of the basement level?
I'm over top of the basement.
Okay. So I guess, what is that called? The first floor or the first? It doesn't really
I
have.
call it the second floor.
Second floor, okay. And then, but each of the apartments has a letter, obviously, and yours is E.
Yeah.
When you come up those steps to that landing, where is your apartment in reference to those steps? Is it to the left, to the right?
To the left.
Okay. And is it the first or second one to the left? When you come up the step? Okay.
First. Okay. My door white.
Okay. And can you tell me the day that this happened, around August 26th, around 1, or sometime around there? Can you tell me the story from the beginning? I know you already told the officer, but I just want to make sure I understand completely about what happened and what went down at the house there, who you saw, and all that kind of stuff.
My sister called me on my cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
They had me meet her outside. I usually lock my door, but I shut my door completely.
Okay.
Came down this front old lady at Miss Dorothy's apartment. He had his hand on her doorknob. And I don't know whether he was trying to go in or he just came out or what. But I seen his hand on her doorknob.
Okay.
So I continue on going to my sister's car to get my groceries out of her car. And the first thing came out my mouth, I said, Renee, my door is unlocked. Where the bag so I can run up to my apartment, take the food in my apartment, and lock my door. Okay, I was taking the bags up. Little kid coming up my apartment. He ran down the back steps.
So when you come back in with the first set of bags, he's coming out of the apartment.
At my apartment.
Your apartment.
Right. And, because I shut my door completely. Only way you know my door was unlocked is he turned the knob, which he did. He turned the knob and went into my apartment. And he went straight to my bedroom. My pocketbook was on my bed. And I seen him come out my apartment. He ran down the back steps. I ran in my kitchen. I received a knife. I went and got my knife out because I got a knife holder in my kitchen. I grabbed the knife, ran back out my door, went down the back steps chasing this kid. He hopped the fence. I see him went into somebody's yard. I said, that's all right, I see you. So, me and my sister, Renee, hopped in her car, drove up the alley. He ducked into one of them abandoned buildings. So, I was like, well, Renee, we're going to park on Bentlow Street where the opening is where you could come out the alley. This kid would not come. So, I say, circle back around, go back down Bentlow, go back up Winchester, and go through the alley. So as she was doing that, she seen him come out of hiding, and he ran.
Do you know which way he ran towards?
No, I don't. She told me he was running back down the alley, but I didn't see it. But he had on a black T-shirt, gray sweatpants with a stripe going down the leg on each side. He was kind of stoutly, and he looked like he was about 5'6". Hair cut close, no facial hair. And that was the end of that story.
Okay. Did he say anything to you?
No, he didn't say nothing.
And when you came up, let me go back a little bit. So when did you first? I know you said that you mentioned that you saw him down at her door. Now, when you say that you saw this young man down at her doorknob, who are you? I know who you're talking about, but who are you talking about? Which doorknob or which door are you talking about?
C. That's her apartment number.
Apartment C.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that's her apartment number C.
Okay. So when you came down the steps to go to your sister's car, he was already at her door, or he was walking down towards there and you just kind of were seeing what he was doing?
He was already at her door.
Okay.
I thought it was her grandson. I never met Miss Dorothy's family.
Okay. Okay.
I never met
And
none of her family.
you mentioned that his hand was on the doorknob. Could you see that if he was turning it, or if he was knocking, or if he just had his hand on the doorknob?
Yeah, he just had his hand on the doorknob.
Was he looking at the doorknob, like the door, or was he looking back over at you? Or?
He was looking at me.
He looked at you.
He looked straight in my eyes. He looked at me.
And that's when he was still at her door?
Yes.
And where were you at in relation to him? Were you on the steps starting to go down? You kind of had to step around to look? Or where were you at when you saw him at her door?
I was down the steps on a landing.
Okay.
Before you go down the steps to the basement.
Gotcha. So you didn't go down the steps to the basement.
No, I didn't.
But you were, basically when you come out of your apartment, you go down the steps to go out of the place.
Right.
You're there.
Right.
But you can see right
I
there.
can see.
Yeah.
The mailbox right there on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Where we receive our mail it's a back step.
Yes.
And, people be hiding.
Okay.
And,
Okay. So you're very observant.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Good. And you mentioned he had a black T-shirt, gray sweatpants with a stripe on both sides, down the leg.
Yeah. Stripe on each leg.
Okay.
White stripe.
He was stocky, 5'6", haircut close, and no facial hair.
Yeah.
And
he favored this guy. I took this guy picture on a bus. I was like, ooh, that look like the kid that ran in my house.
he had similar characteristics.
Yes. Yes.
Huh?
Yes. Yes. Told you I've been doing some football. The kid look just like this boy.
Okay. But is that the boy, or that
No.
just he looks similar to him? Okay. Okay.
I'm like,
Okay. Well,
the kid look just like him.
Okay. But it's not that particular kid.
No.
Do me a favor. Be able to text that picture to me?
I don't know how to text those pictures.
So, picture and phone is similar
To the
to
man.
them.
Right?
Okay.
That's my fault.
And you just happen to see that kid on the bus.
Yep.
Okay. And do you remember where you were when you saw him on the bus, where that was?
I was on Baltimore and Popperton. That's where I got off the bus at.
Okay. So, a little further away from your neighborhood. Not really in your neighborhood, but not too far, but a little further out. Okay.
Yeah, that's in my sister area.
Gotcha. Now, going back to when you saw this kid, and he's coming out of the apartment. So you go down and get some groceries, you come upstairs, and he's coming out of the apartment. How close were you to him when he was coming out of the apartment, when you saw him?
He was going down the back step
Okay.
when I seen him.
Okay. And how did you know he had come from your apartment? Was the door still coming closed, or you just...
My door wasn't completely shut.
Okay.
It was cracked open. I had to use the restroom.
Oh, sure, I can take it. That's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can leave that here. Unfortunately, we got to walk around the hall here. I mean, not real far, but it's...
I got to go.
It's okay. All right, so when he came out, he was going down the back steps. Okay.
And I ran right into my apartment and got a knife.
Now, the back steps and your door, how far would you say they are apart? It's not is it a far distance or close distance?
Well, to get to the back steps is my apartment, then it's another apartment,
Okay.
and then it's the steps.
Okay.
You can go down or up.
Okay. But would you say from where we're at to maybe the door, not this door, but the other one that's about that distance? The one that we just came in?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe 5 to 10 feet, if that.
I don't know.
Okay. But not real far away.
No, it ain't that far.
Okay. And did you see his face at that point as well when he was running away?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And then you said he ran out the back side, but there's a fence there, but he was able to get over the fence.
Yeah.
Did you notice how he got over the fence?
No, I did not.
Okay. But he got over it
He
somehow.
got over that fence.
Probably saw you with that knife.
I don't care.
I'm just saying. He
I
probably
got my wallet, you know.
I understand.
What he saying? He lucky I ain't have a gun.
You mentioned he was hiding in one of the yards briefly before he took off again. Do you remember where that yard was?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you remember, if I remember correctly, I walked back there, behind, in that courtyard area, you've got there's another apartment building right there,
Right.
and then there's just some houses over here, so I'm assuming it would be...
He ran in somebody's yard.
Right.
When I seen him, because I was coming down the back steps.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got, to the grass area with my knife, because I was trying to, and I was like, I know this kid can't get out this way, because there's only one way in and one way out. I'm like, I know this kid cannot get out, so I had my knife. I'm running towards him. But when I got to the grass area, I seen him in somebody's backyard.
Okay.
I don't know which yard it
Okay,
was,
okay.
but he was in the backyard. He turned around and he seen me. I said, that's all right, you do. And then I continue on going up the back steps. coming across the landing that I live on, the floor, the floor I live on. And then I went down the front steps. And me and my sister hopped in her car and went up the alley. He disappeared.
Okay.
But she seen him come out of hiding, and he ran down the alley. And I don't know which way he went, because I was laying back, so he couldn't see me.
Okay. Describe the wallet for me.
It was a brown wallet.
Anything about it stand out?
No.
Okay. And where was it in the house? You said it was in your bedroom?
My bed. It was on my bed, inside my pocketbook. This pocketbook right here.
Okay.
My pocketbook was open.
Okay.
There wasn't no money in it.
Okay. So no money. What all was in the wallet?
My ID.
So it's an ID? Okay.
My state ID.
Mm-hmm.
My bank card. M&T bank card.
Okay.
My independent card.
Okay.
MTA ID. Disability ID.
Okay.
What else was in my wallet? Oh, my insurance card. My primary care card.
Okay.
That was in my wallet. What else was in my wallet? I had a lot of
Personal
appointment cards.
Okay.
Yeah. I had my bank book in there. M&T bank book.
Like a checkbook?
Yeah, checkbook.
Okay.
Yeah, M&T bank checkbook. Because my name is on the checks.
Okay. And how much would you say that that's valued at? I mean, the wallet and all the contents. I mean, what would you place on the value on that? Well, what's the wallet worth? I mean, the cards aren't really worth money, but in and of themselves. But how much was the wallet?
The wallet was 11 wallet.
Okay.
And I won it.
Oh, okay. So you're not too sure what the cost of it is.
No.
Would you say $20 probably?
I think it was more than 20.
20. Like 50?
I'd say about 40.
Do you remember the brand?
Nope.
Okay. But it was nice.
Yeah.
Okay. You say 40, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And was there anything else taken?
No, that's it. My wallet.
Did you notice anything else moved around in the house?
Nope. Nope.
So he got in and got out quick.
Exactly. Because I had big screen TV in my living room and in my bedroom.
Okay.
And I know he wasn't going to try to listen to none of them TVs because I would have caught that ass. You know?
Right.
I would have caught that ass.
Right.
I am so sleepy.
Let me ask you this. So, do you remember we talked briefly yesterday, the 30th? I think you actually called me. I had written it down. Remember I told you I was over in the area doing my investigation
Right.
For the woman that was killed. And I think it was around 6:20 we talked. Do you remember that we talked briefly yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you called me back because I think I called you because I had gotten the report and I was following up, so we were kind of playing phone tag. I'm just looking back over my notes. Basically, everything you just told me, you obviously told me the other day when we talked as well. Do you remember when we talked the other day that you mentioned something about hearing that this kid may live nearby?
Yeah.
What did you hear exactly about that?
I heard the maintenance man told me this. His name is Earl. He's maintenance man for Rosendown Garden Apartment. He told me that this kid stole this fellow phone, and he lived in.
Okay.
And he told me that he will show me what the kid looked like. But I wasn't home. He said he seen the kid today, but I wasn't home. He knocked on my door.
That was today?
Yes.
Do you know if he said anything about whose phone he stole? Like he just said some guy, or did he know the person, or did he get into that?
Yeah, he got into it.
Can you
I think
describe?
he said a friend of his phone.
Okay.
I'm not too sure, but
Okay.
he said he stole a guy's phone.
Did he mention if they reported it to the police or not sure?
No, he ain't mentioned that to
Okay.
me. No.
You said Earl. What's he look like? Because I met one or two of them. Is he kind of thinner? Do he have short hair or bald maybe?
He always had a hat.
Always has a hat. Okay. I met one or two of them. One guy looked a little
There's
younger.
only 2 maintenance men
Oh, there are.
up there.
And you said it's for your apartment complex, right?
Right.
And I'm sorry, what's that apartment complex called again?
Rosemount Garden.
Rosemount Garden. Okay. Well, yeah. Then I think I saw one. He looked maybe 40-something, and then I saw a guy today. Was it today? Oh, I'm getting all my days twisted. He's a little bit older. I would say 50s maybe.
Dark skin.
Thin.
Had an accent, African accent.
I think so. That's Earl?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I saw him. I think I met him briefly.
Yeah, Earl had an accent. Because every time he talked, I'd be like, what'd you say? What?
Okay. And when did you have that conversation with Earl? You mentioned this to me yesterday, but when did you have the conversation with him about this?
When I seen Earl. Today, Friday, right?
Yes, ma'am. We talked yesterday in the evening about 6:20.
I seen Earl like Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, so he mentioned it Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Now, if I have somebody come back to show you some pictures of this young man, do you think you'd remember him?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what will happen. Someone else is going to come in here and show you some pictures, possibly, and they're going to read some directions so that you understand the process. But basically, it's called a photo array, or some people call it a photo book. But basically, it's a piece of paper that's kind of folded, and when you unfold the piece of paper, there's a picture on it. And there's 6 of them total. So out of those 6 photos, you're looking for one person that you might recognize, okay?
Right.
And take your time. There's no rush. It's not, just take your time looking at each photo and see if you recognize the young man that you saw the other day.
Okay.
Okay? Do you have any questions for me before I go grab somebody to come show you?
Nope.
Okay. Like I said, they're going to read through some directions about the photo array. And remember, the picture of this young man wasn't taken yesterday or today. So just like your hair changes, or I might comb my, whatever.
Right.
Things like that, little stuff can change. So try to focus more so on the face that you recall. Not that he's going to have, dreads now, but the point is, don't get caught up if the hair looks a tad different, or, that kind of stuff. Because sometimes people get confused. And, just look at his face and see if you remember what he looks like from that day. And you saw him 2 different times that day, so you should be able to recall. Okay, and then once they show you that, they'll come get me and I'll come back, and if we have any other things to talk about, and then we'll take you back home. Oh, I know one thing I was going to ask you. You mentioned to me today when we talked about meeting up this evening, you mentioned that you were going to call Metro Crime Stoppers in reference to the homicide investigation, correct?
Right.
Did you at any point reach out to them and talk to them, or make an effort to talk to them?
Yeah.
Okay. And
They
what
gave me your number.
Okay.
Well, they gave me homicide number.
Okay.
410-396-2100.
Okay. And when you called them, you made an effort to explain that you had been victimized, obviously,
Yes.
or burglarized, and that you saw a young man that did that, and he was down near the apartment where this incident took place, right?
Right.
Okay. So you made an effort to let them know that you had information about the homicide investigation.
Right.
But they just forwarded you to me for some reason.
Yeah, and then, the man, I was talking to a woman at first, and then I talked to a man. He told me, do I know the kid name and the kid address?
Okay.
And I told him no. I'm cold.
Okay, well, I'll get you a blanket or something.
Please.
Sure.
Because I'm anemic.
Okay, I can go grab you one.
And he said, Crime Stopper can't do anything unless they arrest this kid.
Okay.
Like, it is what it is.
Can you look in your phone and tell me, just so I can document it, what time you called them, if you don't mind? Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'm going to go look. I think there's a blanket nearby.
It's a little cold.
There you go.
It's, I called them at 5:07, wait a minute. Yeah, 5:17.
PM today?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Ooh, a nice blanket, too. Ooh. I feel so cold.
Okay, let me go find someone to show you these photos, okay?
Okay.
And then, like I said, it won't be much longer after that.
Okie dokie now.
Just move this over so you have room here when they show you these photos.
Thank
All right,
you.
I'll be right, or someone will be right in, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Steve.
You're welcome.
Ma'am, how you doing?
Hello,
I'm Detective John Cox. You cold?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm anemic.
okay.
Yes, I am. I'm freezing.
Got your phone set up in here and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be
Ask me questions.
I'm just going to be showing you a photo, right?
You want me to open it up?
Please.
I'm so nervous. Just one.
Did you recognize anybody?
One.
Okay. And what role did this person play in the investigation?
He like the kid that had his hand on that woman's door.
Okay.
I see him close up,
Okay.
like from a distance,
Okay.
you know, so he won't see me.
What do you mean?
Like, have him act like he going in for an interview.
Okay.
You know, like the picture in my phone. I seen this kid on the bus. So he stayed with the kid that had his hand that was coming out my house.
Okay. Gotcha.
Do they look similar?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm supposed to just administer this. I really don't know much about what's going on. So.
Okay.
All right, Detective Diener will be right back with you.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready to go get warm? We're all done, unless you got any other questions for me.
No.
Okay, I appreciate your time. We're going to continue to investigate the...
And I'm going to keep on looking, too.
Okay. If you see him, call 911.
Oh, most definitely, I am.
And I'm going to probably at some point reach out to Mr. Earl and see if he can tell me more about whoever he knows phone got stolen. Because if this kid's going around doing this over and over...
It don't make no sense.
Well, we got to get him.
Right, that's right.
So I'm gonna be on it.
We're not on this earth that, you know, to rip people off
Right.
and put your hands on them. Come on, man. You don't do things like that. That
Right.
could have been his mother.
Right. You're right.
And he would be out there looking for the person.
Ultimately, Joanne is unable to make a positive identification of the person who entered her apartment. Detectives are forced to look elsewhere and turn back to the crime scene of this real-life horror story, where forensic evidence begins to paint a clearer picture. Fingerprints recovered from inside Dorothy's apartment are run through police databases. They come back as a match to Tyrone Harvin. Detectives learn the teen was one of Dorothy's neighbours, living just steps away from her apartment. But could a 14-year-old really be responsible for such a twisted murder? Detectives haul Tyrone in for a formal police interrogation to find out.
So obviously we've never met you before, so we don't know anything about you. I don't. Detective Vaughn doesn't either. What can you tell me about yourself? Where do you live?
Winchester.
Okay. And how long have you lived there?
Like 2 years, I think.
About 2 years. Okay. And who do you live there with?
My mother and my stepfather, and my brothers and sisters.
Okay. And how many brothers and sisters do you have there that live with you?
7, 2 girls.
Okay.
But the girls don't live there.
Okay. So it's just mom, stepdad, and
Brothers.
5 boys? Okay. the young man that was with us today when we came back from...
That's my oldest brother.
That's your oldest brother. Okay. Does he live with you?
No, he live at Owens Mills. He just come over.
Gotcha. Okay. And so I'm just curious because I think I met a few people last night. What are the names of your brothers that actually live there with you?
Dante, Bernard, Roy.
Just going to jot some notes down so I don't forget. You said Dante, Bernard, and who?
Roy.
And Roy.
And Mooka. Right here.
Okay. And I think I might have met some of them, but I'm not sure. How old is Dante? About?
Like 19, I believe.
Okay. Is his hair colored? He's got some some highlights in it or something?
No, that's Bernard.
That's Bernard. Okay.
He look like Odell Beckham Jr.
Yes. How old is Bernard?
18.
Okay. And what about Roy?
20-something, I believe.
Okay. And Mooka?
21.
Okay. So they're a little bit older than you. And you're 14, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you said you have 2 sisters, but they all live there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And your mom, obviously, who I met today, and your stepfather. Do you have friends that live nearby you in the neighborhood? I mean, you lived there about 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do your friends live, like in relation to where you live?
They live down the street from me, like Calverton. Then I got some around at the Chinese store.
Okay. Like 2 blocks over, whatever
Yeah,
that
then
is.
up there named Mount Diamond.
Okay. All right. Now, I know school's just getting ready to start back up, but where did you go to school before?
Harlem Park. Before I went to the school?
Yes.
Calverton.
Calverton. So last year you went to Calverton?
Yeah.
And you're going to be going to Harlem Park this year?
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
9th grader? 8th.
How do you do in school generally? I mean, are you decent?
Good when I'm not around a lot of people. Because
Really?
there's a lot of distractions.
Really? And that makes it hard to kind of focus sometimes.
Yes.
What would you say is your biggest distraction in school?
If they just keep making noise.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. So you got some friends that live nearby you. Does anybody live like in the apartment complex where you live, or they live a few streets
They're on
away?
Trinity.
Trinity does. Okay. She lives in the same building as you?
No.
Do you know which one she lives in?
The one over there in the parking lot.
Okay. So I guess that's right across from you there, kind of?
Yeah, there's know where the trash can's at.
Yes, in the back.
Like them buildings right there.
Okay. Now, is she in the one closest to the road, in the middle, or in the back? I think there's 3 there.
In the back.
In the back, okay. So that's a friend of yours, Trinity?
She used to go to my old school, Calverton.
Okay. Now, is Trinity just a friend, or is she like a girlfriend type?
Friend.
Okay. Do you have a girlfriend? No? Okay, that's all right. See, Trinity lives over there. Any guy friends that live over in that area?
No.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this, because I don't know you at all, obviously. What is a normal day for you when you're not in school? Like,
I'm in the house playing on my phones.
You're playing on your phones? Okay. How many phones do you have?
2.
2 phones? What kind of phones are they, do you know?
I got an LG Stylo 3, and a regular LG.
Okay. So you have 2 phones?
Mm-hmm.
And how did you get so lucky to get 2 phones?
My man had let me get them. My friend that
Yeah.
used to live next door to us,
Yeah.
he let me have them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice.
And we used to play games on them. Like, his mother brought him phones, and when he wanted a new phone, or when that one got broke, he asked his mother, can he get another one? And she said yes.
Okay. So how long have you had those phones?
A couple months.
Both of them? A couple months? He gave them both to you?
No, I been had the small one.
Okay.
And the big one I just got.
Okay. Do they both work? Like they both have numbers?
No, they're not on.
Oh, they're not on. So it's just like a Wi-Fi phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So you just use it to surf the internet or Facebook people, that kind of thing?
No, I'll be on Instagram and play my games.
Instagram, okay. Okay. You got codes on your phones?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what, so nobody can get in there and see what's going on?
Y'all can get the code.
Oh, okay. Well, you got the design code?
Yeah, I can show you. For the little black one. For the other one.
Okay. So this is the little
black
one?
Y'all got my phone?
I think so.
I'm be able to get it back.
At some point, yeah.
Oh, when y'all
At some
check
point.
them.
At some point, we gotta do what we gotta do, you know. Well, I appreciate that information.
How's your home life, Tyrone?
It's cool.
Everything's okay? You get along pretty good with your stepdad?
I wouldn't say yeah, but yeah, sometimes.
He and your mom been together for a long time?
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, what's the riff when you say sometimes? What's the riff?
Like, we'll be joking, and then the next minute he'll be like, he'll just scream for no reason.
Oh, okay. Well, you know that's kind of what his role is, right? He got to make sure that he keeps the guys in order, because that's what mom may need sometimes, a little muscle, right?
Mhm.
Your real dad, do you have a relationship with your real dad?
He died when I was 3.
Oh, did he? Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. That's kind of tough, isn't it? Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how you been doing since Dad has been gone?
Good. I was getting in trouble a lot, but I'm in my programs and I'm doing better.
Did you ever get counseling for your dad dying? No. Okay. So a typical day with you, like, did you do anything good this summer?
With the medieval times.
Medieval time. Did you like that?
It was fun, but the chicken was too big. I ain't really want to eat it.
Wasn't it?
I ain't really want to eat it.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, it was a little too much for me. I ain't like eating with my
Yeah,
hands.
it was a big piece of chicken. They call them baby dragons.
Oh yeah.
Anything else interesting?
We went to the back of the school thing up Cherry Hill.
Okay. What happened up there? What did they do?
They had moon bounces, game bus, and giving out book bags, foods, and snacks and stuff.
Okay. All right. So this summer, when what did you all do for fun, like in the neighborhood?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Now you didn't do anything mischievous, right?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So the reason that you're here is because we're just trying to figure out a couple of things. All right. Now, do you know any of your neighbors around there?
No.
No, not any of the older people? Any of the younger, older women?
No.
Did you hear about the older woman that was hurt over there a couple of weeks ago?
82-year-old lady.
Yeah. Did you know her?
No.
Did you know her name?
No.
You ever seen her before?
Saw on the paper.
Just on the paper?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you hear about what may have happened to her?
I know it was a homicide.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Like somebody killed her.
Yeah, someone killed her. And did any of your friends talk about what may, or have you heard from the neighborhood what may have happened to her besides somebody killed her?
No.
No. Did you saw it on the news?
It was on the news?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's been on the news.
I ain't see it on the news.
Okay. But you kind of heard of when you say you heard about it, was it some flyers or something?
Yeah, like detectives came to every door and asked if y'all have any information, call this number.
Okay. All right. So, and you hadn't heard anything about what happened to her,
No.
right? You don't know her. Do you know what they called her?
No.
Okay.
Had you ever seen her before? I mean, you may not know her.
Maybe, but I don't really know if I saw her before.
You don't remember seeing her?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So let me ask you this: has there ever been a time where you've ever knocked on her door or been to her house?
No.
Okay. Not ever?
Nope.
Okay. And any of your friends, who are your closest friends?
I don't got no close friends. Like what's it?
Okay, so if you go outside, like if you leave here and you go outside and you want to hang out with your friends, like after school, who would you be hanging out with?
David.
David? Okay. And does David lives over there?
He lives near me, down the street up Poplar Grove.
Okay, David lives on Poplar Grove.
Mhm.
Anyone else?
No, that's it.
How old is David?
15, 16.
So, just so you understand kind of what's going on, myself and Mr. Ryan, this is the Detective Dina, we work down here. You know you're in the police department, right?
Mhm.
And we're detectives. And there are certain cases that we're responsible for, handling and looking into. One of the cases in particular that we're responsible for looking into is the older woman that was hurt over in your neighborhood. So we're trying to figure out what's happened to her and who could be responsible for what happened to her. When we talk to you, just like we would talk to, other people, any other witnesses or whatever, we're trying to figure out exactly what happened, okay? So, what do you think a reason would be for us to talk to you? Maybe you have some information about what happened?
No.
No?
But if I did, I would have told y'all.
You say you would have? Now, remember a little while ago when I asked you, I said, had you ever been in her house? You sure? You positive? Now, when you watch some TV, you understand what fingerprints are? And do you understand what DNA would be? What is it? Tell me what fingerprints mean.
Fingerprints is something that you touch.
Right.
Your DNA is something that you can find out for something that you touch.
Right. So I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to be honest with me, okay? All right? Now, there's not going to be any reason that your fingerprints or DNA would ever be in that woman's house. Now, listen, make sure that when you answer, you're telling the truth, okay? Because, again, we're detectives, right? And this is what we do. We try to figure things out. Now, we're asking you this question because I just want you to be honest, son. Is there ever a reason that maybe you went over there to you were looking for something? Is there ever a reason that your fingerprints would be over there? Is there ever a reason that maybe your DNA would be there? Did you drink something? Did you touch something? Is there a reason why you would show up over there? Trash? Now, explain that to me.
I usually take out people's trash.
Mm-hmm.
In the buildings. And they're paying.
In the building?
Yes.
Okay. Have you gone over to her place in particular to help her with her trash? Now, listen. Maybe. Now, when you say maybe, why do you say maybe?
Because I probably did. There's a lot of people that I take trash out for.
Okay. Do you remember taking her trash out?
No.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
I remember taking trash out.
Okay.
And it's okay if you did, okay? I mean, no one's saying that you've done anything, crazy. We're just trying to understand. We talk to a lot of people, and we're going to continue to talk to people. So, don't wrap your head around this too hard. We're just asking basic questions. A lot of people, we've talked to several people who said that a lot of people helped her with the trash. That's fine. That's nice. People are being real helpful when they do that. So that's not a bad thing at all. If you remember, and here's the thing, even though you told us a minute ago you don't remember ever going in there, if something comes back in your mind and you say, you know what, I think I was wrong a little bit earlier, I actually do remember, you can say that. Mm-hmm. We're not going to yell at you. We're not going to get upset. Nothing like that, okay?
Because we just want to understand, what may or may not have happened. So if we're sitting there asking you just certain things, they should just be really easy to explain. And I just want you to understand that if we can explain it, you're fine, okay? But make sure that when we're asking you something, you just got to make sure, baby, you're telling us the truth, okay? Because someone did something really bad to this woman, okay? And we just want to get to the bottom because she has people that loved her, and they want to figure out what happened to her. Because, again, we want to make sure that it doesn't happen to somebody else. Your mom lives over there. Your sisters come over there to visit sometime, right? And then there are other neighbors that live around there. So, they're kind of afraid of, what's going on over there, and they want to make sure that they're safe. So at no point again did you ever go inside of that woman's house, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So tell me about that. I want you, because you, Detective Mr. Ryan and I, we understand certain things, okay? We do, and I just want you to hear me out. There are things that happen. People do things all the time for whatever reason, right? And I can't sit here and say to you Tyrone, baby, I don't understand that. Because maybe I do understand that. All right? And also, I can't sit there and help you fix it if I don't know what I'm helping you to fix. You understand that? If you're sitting there saying, you know what, Miss Vaughn? You know what, Detective Vaughn? You know what, Miss Val? I just didn't think that was going to happen. I can understand that, son. But if you don't sit there and tell us something that makes sense and is the truth, I can't help you with that. You understand that? I can't. So you're smart. You're a smart kid. I think you're very intelligent. I think you understand why we're here and what we're saying. I think you get that. But here's what you also have to understand. If, in fact, you don't tell the truth, and I'm not in any way, shape, form, or fashion forcing you to tell the truth, but I think the truth is there. And I think that we deserve to hear the truth. I think that you want to tell us the truth. I think that for that woman's sake and her family and the people that love her, we should know what happened to her. We really should. Now, if it was something that happened and it was a mistake, son, you can tell us it was a mistake. You're a child. You understand that? Children do childish things. Children make mistakes. Adults make mistakes. We mess up. We do stupid stuff all the time. We don't have a handbook that shows us how to be perfect in life because nobody's perfect, son. We mess up sometimes. We do bad stuff sometimes. Our ability to recognize that we've made a mistake and take responsibility for that mistake, that's what sets us apart from other people. If there was something that happened there that you want to tell us about that wasn't supposed to happen, just now is your time, baby.
I never heard nobody.
Okay. So, what happened? Tell us what happened then.
I took her trash out. After that, I left. Then I came back and asked her, was you okay? Talk to her.
Tell me when that was. Tell us when that was.
I know it was on a Wednesday. Like, when they had, like, baseball games.
Okay.
And then after that, after I got finished talking to her, I went to my house.
Now, was that the first time you had been to her house?
Yes.
Okay. And when you went there, was it daytime, nighttime? What was it? Daytime. Did you knock on the door?
Yes.
Okay. When you knocked on the door, walk me through. Tell us what happened.
When I knocked on the door, she came to the door, and I said, is it okay if I take your trash out? She said yes. And that's when I took it out. But she said she ain't had no money, so I said, okay. You don't got to pay me. You're a nice lady. And that's when I took her trash out. And then after that, I came back and said, are you okay? And I started talking. After that, I went back to my house.
Okay. Now, when you took her trash out, were you inside the house when you grabbed it? Tell me how that was. Where was the trash located at?
In the kitchen. I was sitting in the chair next to a lamp.
Okay. So when you came in the house, you actually sat down too.
Yes.
How long do you think you were sitting inside of the house?
For like a minute, but not that long.
Okay. And what happened then?
She gave me the trash and I took it out.
Okay. And when she gave it and you took it out, did you bring it back to the house? Bring the can back to the house?
No.
What kind of trash was it?
It was a plastic trash can.
Plastic trash can? Okay. And when you left out, did she come behind you when you left out and shut the door? Do you know? Okay. When you took the trash bag out and you left, you returned back inside the house?
No, I was at the front door talking to her.
Okay. How long do you think you were talking to her at the front door?
Not that long.
Okay. And you left and went to your house, you said?
Yes, and got on my phone.
Okay. Now, at any point did you ever go back inside of her house?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Now, is there any reason why your fingerprints would be in her house?
Because I was in there taking my trash out.
Okay. Is there any reason you took the trash out? You sat in the chair. What else did you do inside the house?
I had played with the lamp.
The lamp? Okay. Explain that to me.
I had touched it and looked at it. That's
what kind of lamp and where was it?
It was right there near the there's no hallway yet.
Okay, so there's a lamp where?
Right, it was right there near the hallway.
Lamp.
And I picked it up and looked at it.
So there's a lamp in the hallway.
Yes.
And you picked it up.
Yes.
All right. Now, just so we clear, you knocked on her door and initiated asking her what happened. Tell me about that again.
She said yes, you can.
And that was the first time you had knocked on her door to ask about her trash?
Yes.
Now, why did you knock on her door to ask her?
Because I was asking the whole building.
Okay, so you went around the whole building asking if you could take the trash out. Now, is that the first time you had done that period, or is that the first time you had been to that building?
That's the first time I had been to that building.
Now, had you done that in other buildings in your community? Okay, you had?
Down for me, and the other one after that.
All right, so you knock on the door and ask if you could take out the trash. What did she say?
She said yes.
Okay. And what happens? You walk in?
I walk in, sit down, and I picked up the lamp to look at it, and that's when she grabbed the trash and I had took it out.
Mm-hmm. She grabbed it, and you took it out?
Yes.
All right. And when you took the trash out, you did not return back to her apartment, is that correct?
I went back and talked to her.
Okay. When you went back to talk to her, did you knock on her door, or was she still in the door waiting for you?
I knocked on her door.
Okay. Now, why did you go back to talk to her?
I had to coming out wrong. I went back and talked to her about church and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay, so tell me about that conversation.
And I asked her, was she like going to any church? She said no. And I was like, you should. It's one like right down the street near a store, and she was like, maybe I would see to go in there.
Okay, so you all were talking about the church, and she was telling you that there was one down there?
No, I told her.
You told her? Now, are you in her doorway talking to her, or are you back inside the apartment?
In her doorway.
Okay. How long do you think you had that conversation with her?
Not that long.
Was there anyone else in the apartment with her?
No.
Okay, just her?
I didn't know.
Okay. You're not sure?
No.
Okay. All right, so when you finished talking about the church, what happened then?
I left.
Okay. Had you ever been back to her apartment? Okay. All right. So let's. Do you have any questions for her?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to step out. That was just your brother. He was just calling to see where we're at, and I told him we were still chit-chatting. When in relation did he go back the second time to the first time? I'm sorry.
So, and if you can explain it to Mr. Ryan again.
Sorry, I had to step out.
I went back to talk to her about a church that was near down the street near a store.
Okay.
And she was like, she will be looking for us to go in there.
Okay. And that was the same day that you had initially talked to her?
Yes.
About how long after you first talked to her? Like a few minutes, an hour or two?
A few minutes.
Okay. And so like after basically maybe the trash, you took the trash out? Okay. And were any of your friends with you, or was it just you taking out the trash?
Just me.
Okay. I think I understand that part. Okay. And I heard something you saying something about a lamp.
Yeah, it was a lamp right there near the walkway, like the hallway.
Okay.
And I had touched it and looked at it.
Okay. And why did you want to look at that?
It looked nice, and I was just looking at it like how it was made and stuff.
Okay. Do you have like a brain that kind of likes to look at things and dissect things and take things apart and that kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay. Did you take anything with you over there when you went over there? Like
no.
Like you didn't bring anything from your house, or maybe leave something behind or something like that? Because I mean, people do that all the time.
I dropped the SD card.
And
that's about it.
An SD card? What's an SD card?
It's something you put in your phone.
Okay. And how do you know that you dropped it in there?
Because when I had checked my pocket, I never went back to it. I was going to, but I said, no, forget it. I got another one in the house. And then when I checked my back pocket, it was gone, so I just said, forget it.
Okay. No, I didn't. I didn't ask you. What were you wearing that day that you went over there? Do you remember?
I had some black jeans on with a black shirt with some red and blue red and white Nikes.
So black jeans. You said a black shirt.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a question for you, Tyrone. So listen to me. I just want to make sure I'm clear on certain things, okay? So you go over there. That's the first time you have been there.
Yes.
And you were knocking on all the doors.
Yes.
Now, I don't want to put words in your mouth. You were knocking on all the doors to see if anyone needed their trash taken out, correct? Okay. And when you knocked on the woman's door, did you know her name? Did you get her name or anything? Do you know what they called her?
No.
Okay.
I should have asked her, but I didn't.
Okay. And when you knocked on her door, she said, okay. Was there some kind of agreement with the money?
No.
Okay. You were just going to do it for free?
Yes.
Just helping out your neighbors?
Yes.
Okay. And when you took the trash out, you came back.
Yes.
So you returned because what? You wanted to talk to her about church?
Yes.
Okay. And you stood in the doorway, and she stood in the door because you never went back in, correct?
No.
All right. And when do you think you dropped your SD card?
Like, after I got finished talking to her.
But you were talking to her like in the doorway, right?
Yes.
So you would have dropped it out in the hallway, not in the apartment, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you didn't leave that in the apartment. You think you left that in the hallway?
It may have been an apartment or the hallway.
When do you think you dropped it? Because remember, you went inside the apartment and there was a lamp and you sat down, correct?
Yes.
All right. When do you think you would have dropped the SD card?
Probably in the house or outside.
Out or outside, one or the other.
Yes.
Not sure.
No.
Okay. All right. So let me say this to you. Now remember a little while when we were talking and we were talking about the truth, and remember we were talking about the idea of fingerprints and DNA, and you said you understood what those things were, right? Okay. Now, the SD card and you touching the lamp, I understand that. I understand that. Now, if you are Mr. Ryan and myself, then would you have a lot of questions for you right now?
No.
I do have a lot of questions for you. I'm going to tell you why, because some things just kind of got to make sense. You understand that? They have to have some kind of reason to them. Now, you knocked on the door. The whole idea of knocking on the door did you work this summer?
No.
Okay. So, were you able to make any money this summer?
No.
No? Okay. Besides going to medieval times and, what else, the back to school thing, did you do anything else interesting this summer? Or are there things that you would try to do to earn money?
Squeegee, but that's illegal.
Yeah. Okay. So, it would have been nice if you went over to knock on all the doors and you were just trying to earn a couple dollars. Is that right? I'm asking you.
Yes.
Is that right? You would, by knocking on the doors, maybe you could make a little extra cash, for the summer. Is that what you were trying to do?
Yes.
When you knocked on her door, did she tell you she didn't have any money?
No, she never said it.
Okay. Did you ask her about any money?
No, I saw how old she was and I didn't. I just bought not to ask.
Okay. All right. And let me ask you this then. Do you think that for any reason anyone would, do you know anyone that would want to hurt her?
No. But it is a lot of people that go in people's houses.
Good. What? Like break in? How do you know that?
I knew some of them, but I stopped hanging with them a long time ago.
Okay. Now, were you a part of going in the houses around there?
No.
Okay. So, What did you just get in trouble for?
Like recently?
Mm-hmm. And I want you to tell me the truth, son. Just make sure you tell me the truth.
Well, it was a lot of charges way back. It was theft under $1,000, arson, burglary. But that was way back.
And is that from hanging with those people that you said that were, doing? Is David one of those people?
No.
Okay. Who are these? Different people?
Yes, like from my Belmont.
Okay. Now, did you or anyone else go in any other houses around there recently?
No, never around that house.
Never around there? Okay. Any reason why anyone would say you did?
No.
They would not? Okay. Because you did not do it, right?
No.
You would not have done it, right?
Nope.
Okay. So I want to go back to, the day that you went up to the house. How do you remember that day?
I remember that day because it's the same day I left.
For?
Medieval times.
For medieval times? So you went to medieval times that day?
Yes.
Do you remember what time you left your house to go to medieval times? About?
Like around 2 something.
Who went with you?
Miss Keisha for the choice program.
And anyone else with you all?
A kid, but I don't know his name.
Another kid?
Yeah, that was one of her clients.
You don't remember what time you all went?
No, I think it was around 2 something, like Tuesday.
Are you familiar with any cameras around in your area?
Yes.
Where?
Like on the top of my building and in the back of it.
Top of your building?
Yes.
In the back of the building?
Yes. And there's one in the front.
And your building is what?
The first one. Yes. Across from the baseball field.
Did you know there was other cameras in the block?
No.
Like on people's houses? Some of the old people over there?
Now, would you be surprised or would you even be shocked to learn that maybe the day that this woman was hurt, would it surprise you that you were on camera over there at her house?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know, just what?
When you say would, it would, why?
I don't know.
Were you over there the day that she was hurt?
Maybe.
When you say maybe, why do you say maybe?
Because it might have been the same day I took out the chest, but I don't know.
It may have been the same day? Okay. Now, and listen to me. Remember how we had that conversation earlier where I said to you, sometimes we do stuff, we mess up sometimes, all right? And adults and children, they mess up and they do stuff that they should not do. Is this a situation where something happened that just should not have happened? Because think about this. Are your grandparents still living?
No.
No. Did you ever know your grandparents?
No.
No? Okay. Is there somebody do you have an older uncle or an older aunt or somebody like that in your life? Uncle? How old is he about?
I think like in his 40s.
His 40s? Okay, so that's old like me. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. Well, how about anyone older?
No.
Okay. Now, anyone really close in your family, anyone that you're really close to?
No.
No? Not a mom, dad. Are you close to your siblings? So. Okay. Now, just, what about a friend? Any of your friends that you're really close with?
No.
No. All right, so, now, well, let's try to imagine then. How would you feel if somebody that you were really close to had been hurt?
Sad.
Really sad? Like, what would you want done? What would you want us to do? Because remember, we're the detectives.
Find a person.
Find the person that did it. What do you think should happen to the person that did it? If they hurt somebody that you were really close to or love?
They'll go to jail.
They should? Yeah, they should go to jail. And part of going to jail means that you're held responsible for what you've done, right? And part of going to jail for hurting somebody, really hurting somebody, is taking responsibility for that. I think that because of this situation, I think that we got to look at everything. And when we look at everything, we're talking about the whole idea that somebody did something really bad to this woman. And this woman was a really older woman who really couldn't, defend herself. What do you think should happen to somebody like that?
They get locked up.
Get locked up? They should. And what I think should happen also is I think that they should accept the responsibility for what they did. Now, I think that with this situation that we have right here, with this older woman being hurt like she was, I think that there are some things that we have to sit here and try to figure out. Now, you say you're not sure if the day, it could have been or could not have been the day that you went there. You said that, right? And I just want to make sure that I'm not putting words in your mouth. I want to make sure that this is what you're saying. The day that she may have been hurt, you could have been over there, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And you went over there to take the trash out. Is that right, Tyrone? Okay. And you did. You knocked on the door. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And when you knocked on the door, she answered the door, right? You don't know who she is, right? You don't know her name. Is that what you're saying? Okay. And when she opened the door, you talked to her, and she agreed to let you take the trash out. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. When you go inside of her house, did you walk inside?
Yes.
Okay. Was there anyone else inside the house?
No, I didn't see nobody else.
Okay. And she gave you the trash to take out? Describe the trash to me.
It was in a black bag.
Black
trash bag.
Okay. Was it the ones that you tie? Was it the one with the string?
The ones you tie.
What you tie? Okay. Now, did she have to pull it from a trash can to give it to you, the trash bag? Okay. And so you walked right back out. Did she say anything as you were leaving out?
No.
Okay. And you left and put the trash where?
In the trash can over there in the park.
Okay, so you left out of the building and walked across and put the trash in, like, with the dumpster?
Yes.
Okay. And then you went back up there? Did you go right back up there? Okay. I'm asking. You went right back up there. Knocked on the door again?
Yes.
Okay. Did she open the door?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened then?
I started talking to her.
And you all were talking about?
A church.
Church? Okay. And how long do you think you were talking to her?
Not that long.
And did you go inside the apartment?
No.
Okay. Now, you said earlier when you were in the apartment and she gave you the trash, you said you sat down?
Yes.
Where did you sit at?
In the chair next to the table.
Okay. And how long do you think you were in there?
Like a minute or so.
A minute? Okay. And you leave out and then you dump the trash and then you come back and you stand there talking to her about church.
Yes.
Okay. And then you leave and then you never see her again. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. And you said that was the day that you went to Medieval, correct? And you think you were over her house what time?
between the day, but not early. Probably like around 12 or
11
11.
or 12? That day you went to medieval time?
Yes.
And you don't remember the date, right?
No.
And you say Miss Keisha is the choice program. She would know what date you all went, right?
Yes.
Who has the phone number for Miss Keisha?
We don't got the number. We don't got the number.
How do you get in contact with her?
With the program.
The program? And what program is it?
Choice.
Would your mom have that information?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I got to ask you this. Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Okay. And are you a virgin?
Yes.
Okay. You've never had sex before?
No.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to explain this scenario to you. You say you have an idea of how DNA works, right? And you understand how fingerprints work, right? And is there anything that you want to ask me before I explain this scenario to you? So, there should be no reason, because I think that you're smart enough to understand what's going on. There should be no reason at this point, because you've explained to myself and Detective Dina that you were over there. And it could have been the day that that this woman was hurt really bad. It could have been. So there's no reason for anything that belongs to Tyrone to be inside of that apartment, correct? You said you're not sure if you dropped your SD card in the apartment or out of the apartment. You said you touched the lamp, you sat down at the table, but you didn't touch anything else. In the trash, she handed it to you and you left out, correct? And when you came back the second time, you stood in the doorway. You never even went back in, and then you left back out. Now, there should be no other reason. Did you go and look around in the house?
No.
Okay. Did you ever come back to the house once you left that day?
No.
Okay. And so I want to make sure that I am clear. There's no reason why anything that belongs to Tyrone will be inside that apartment. Right? Okay. So can you explain to me, because I can tell you right now, Tyrone's fingerprints are not on that table, that lamp that he talked about. Right? There's no SD card that was left behind of yours, right? Okay. Can you explain to me why your DNA or your fingerprints would be in the apartment? Because it's not on the things that you talk about. And would any of your DNA be on our victim?
No.
You sure? Positive. So, do you understand at some point we're going to get a sample of your DNA? Okay. And there's not going to be anything that's going to come back matching you that's on you sure? Okay. You understand that, son?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And your fingerprints would not and should not be in there, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you did not leave anything behind, correct?
I made a little SD card behind.
Just that, in or out? Okay. All right.
I'm wondering if maybe he and I can talk for a second.
That's fine. Let me step up.
Yeah, just for a second. So I asked her to leave because I appreciate what you've told us so far, okay? And I'd imagine that right now you're probably a little scared. You're probably trying to wrap your head around all this, okay? But I do want you to understand, like she said, that things can happen. We can make mistakes. And the reason I asked her to leave, because she's a girl, okay? And what I'm going to say is that there's things that were left behind in the apartment, okay? And I think you know what those things are. In addition to the SD card, okay? There were other things that were left behind, okay? And I asked her to step away because I thought maybe you'd be embarrassed to say it in front of a girl, okay? So can you think of anything else that you left behind? Okay. Now, I want you to understand something. We deal with a lot of different people, right? And we talk to a lot of different people, and we deal with a lot of different types of cases, okay? And just because someone ends up dying doesn't mean that that's what someone intended to happen. Do you understand what that means? That means if you stood up over there and I hit you as hard as I could and you fell down, I wasn't trying to kill you, but maybe you hit your head on that chair and maybe, you got really hurt and you ended up dying as a result. Do you understand what that means? That I didn't mean to do to actually kill you, but I did. Okay? So what I'm saying is there can be a reasonable explanation about what happened in the apartment.
So I got a question. I'm going to get locked up.
Well, why don't we try to finish our conversation? Remember what Ms. Val just said about responsibility? Here's the thing. If you made a mistake, okay, you have to be held accountable. I can't sit here and tell you that you're just going to, it's just going to disappear. Okay, her family is very, very upset. I've been talking with them on the phone, and they want to know what happened. And like I said, I think you're probably embarrassed. I think this is probably going to be very hard for you to say out of your mouth what happened beyond kind of what you've already said. But here's the thing, Tyrone. I don't believe you had any intention on killing that woman, okay? I don't. But I think something else happened in that apartment that you're leaving out. Now, I talked to your parents a little bit yesterday when we were at the house talking to them. And they said that sometimes you get really angry. Sometimes you get really angry with them. And that you've even tried to attack, I guess, your stepfather once or something. I don't know. So here's the thing. That's normal. People get angry. People get upset. Okay? So what I want you to understand is if you went into that apartment, even if you did talk about church, but if something in your head said that you wanted to do something else, or you had a thought about something else, or whatever you were thinking of, I want you to understand this is a safe place for you to tell me that. And I know that I'm the police, and I know Ms. Val's the police, but when you say what happened and you get it off your chest, I promise you that you'll feel better because you'll have that opportunity to let it go, to say what happened. And here's the thing. Yeah, you might have to go.
So if I get the chain right, can I go to noise?
Well, why don't we do this? I can't sit here and make any promises to you about anything. But what I'm asking you to do, I asked Miss Val to step away and she's not in here, is tell me about some of the other things that may have happened in that apartment that you may not want to say in front of a girl. Okay? Because this is a private conversation between you and me. And here's the thing that you may not understand, okay? I think I know what happened, okay? Because I have some evidence. I have some things that we recovered, some things that were left behind, okay? So you're smart, like she said. I think you understand and you know what it is that I'm talking about. So
will I be able to go home today?
Like I said, I can't promise you anything, but I think before we get to those questions, let me try to finish my questions, okay? So can I ask a question and you answer? Can you tell me what else happened in the apartment besides what you've already mentioned? It's going to be okay. You can tell me. you don't know. Well, remember what Miss Val said. You know, the whole fingerprint and DNA thing. Do you know what DNA is? Do you know what you can get DNA from?
She said I'm gonna get blood tested. So it doesn't mean I'm gonna get locked up.
Who said that, Miss Val? Okay. Well, we're going to actually take what's called an oral swab. So we're not taking your blood. We just swab you in your mouth. That gets your skin cells, which we can test. So we don't actually have to take your blood. But what we can do with that is take that and compare that to anything else that we have in the apartment. Okay. So what I'm trying to ask you is to fill in some of the pieces about what happened. Probably the second time that you went back to the apartment.
I don't have nothing else to say.
You don't have anything else to say? Okay. I'll tell you what, I'll step out of the room then for a minute and give you a second, okay? And I'll check back on you here in a minute, all right? Do you need anything else?
Some Starburst.
Some Starburst? Okay. Let me see if I can find some Starburst, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Looking for some Starburst, okay? For us to do the DNA, we have to do that at another place besides here, so we'll have to take you over there. So we have to coordinate that right.
Will it come back today?
I don't know how long that process will take, okay? But we'll be back with you in a few minutes, okay?
Tyrone is charged with first-degree murder, first-degree and related weapons offences. Prosecutors believe Harvin targeted Dorothy because she was alone and vulnerable, allowing him to enter her apartment before launching a brutal and unprovoked attack. They allege he beat the 83-year-old with a lamp, sexually assaulted her, and left her critically injured on the floor, causing her death the following day. At trial, the case centres on forensic evidence recovered from the scene, including fingerprints and DNA linking Tyrone to the attack. The defence challenges the evidence, but the jury is unconvinced. Tyrone Harvin is found guilty on all counts. He is sentenced to life in prison.